Hello, and welcome to a new game review. Today, I'm going to be reviewing
Over till another
yes, Until Dawn. Pretty much almost sort of like a movie-ish game, but you make choices and the butterfly effect affects specific outcomes. Either characters live or die. I guess you could say it's almost similar to Heavy Rain in the sense where you make different choices and those choices carry over to the next scene and blah blah blah. Depending on what you do, what you choose, you get a different ending. Yeah. However, that series of games, while Heavy Rain was pretty decent from what I played, I know Beyond Two Souls was not my favorite. However, a few years later, another company would take its turn on making a similar gameplay mechanic like that. Except, you get to make your own choices and affect the outcome of the game, with specific actors playing the roles of these characters. And what do I think about Until Dawn? Do I think it should have just stayed as a movie instead of just this choice game, which I'd rather play a game than a movie game, I guess you could say? Or do I think it's pretty decent? Well, that's why you're here. Today I'm going to be reviewing Until Dawn, whether or not it's worth your time. Let's go.
Oh my god, that is so gross. Are you trying to swallow his face whole? I mean, seriously, can she be?
A year before the main event of the game, the friends play a prank on a friend of theirs who is part of the family that actually owns this cabin. The friend soon runs off into the blizzard. Yeah, not a good idea. And her twin sister runs after her to find her. However, these sisters are chased by someone or something and end up falling off a cliff. A year after this event, the brother of the sisters is excited to bring everyone back to the cabin to try and forget the tragedy of the last year. And you're probably thinking, why would you want to go back to the cabin when something horrible happened to your sisters? And if it was a killer, well, I would be very uncomfortable going back up there. I would just say that's probably one issue you would have with this story. Anyways, after returning to the place, things start happening, and I mean really start happening. Weird stuff. And so the choices you make either are going to be the wrong or right decisions to save your characters from death, or you accidentally get them killed.
This is insane! This is not happening!
Which is probably going to happen, but don't worry. You will always have another chance to save them. Well, not your first time around, I'm going to say. Overall, I do like the plot. I do like the theme of it. Out in this cabin in a snowy area, and there's something or someone after you trying to kill you. But like I said, that one big issue is why would they go back to the place when their friends had disappeared? It's almost like, why? Oh, don't worry. It's what the plot says so. We need to leave the plot somewhere, right? But in general, I did like it for what it is. I liked trying to keep all the characters alive. Well, technically one I didn't really care about that much as a character, but anyways, boy, there is a lot of ways you could get any of these characters killed if you're not careful. Some of it is like really quick reaction times. Some you may fail at, or if you're really quick at it, they will live. The gameplay is fun for making your decisions. Now, like I mentioned, if you look at the other previous games before this, like Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, it's kind of similar to that, except I would say it's way better than Beyond Two Souls from what I played. Beyond Two Souls, almost any choice you did in the game ain't gonna matter. It all leads to one thing. You may control the character, you may give them a specific thing to say, but at the end of the day, it does not matter. It just does not matter. And here, though, the butterfly effect is one of the best mechanics because your choices do matter. So like I said, the gameplay is pretty good. Depending on the choices you make, that butterfly effect will continue throughout the game. Now for the gameplay mechanics, everything for this mechanic does work, as it should. Though playing it on the PS5, there is a weird glitch that happens, as you see here. Controls are, yeah, they're good. There's not much to say about that. The menu does offer behind the scenes of the making of the game, how they did it, interviews with the actors, actresses, but not really much else. Unless you want to start the whole game again. The problem with that is, if you start a whole new game, you do lose all your progress of what you collected during your first play. You can select episode points to go back and try to get different conclusions for each character. However, there's another downside with this is if you start, let's say, episode 5, if a character got killed or something, you would have to relive the entire episodes from 5 to the end again for your new choices to matter. Otherwise, if you jump around after making a choice, it does not carry through. So in the end, you have to relive everything again to get the stuff you want. But on the bright side, if you got a character killed that you wanted to live, you can go back and save them. Just that you have to play through half of the game again to do so. Characters are your typical teenagers. Some characters I actually liked more than others. I really did not like this chick. She was very annoying. I could care less if she either made it out alive or not. And other characters you felt bad for. I really liked her because she's like that tomboy type of character, but also likes nature and life. Most of the characters I actually did enjoy playing as. Even this chick. Even Mike, too. I mean, while he may be considered that typical goofball jerk, he actually comes out being a badass. So that's pretty cool. You get to see these characters develop through one night, and one night alone of this specific thing or somebody trying to kill them. Now for the replay value, like I said, you can go back and replay the game again or select different episodes to get different butterfly effects, collect them all, or you could get them killed if you want a bad ending. I know when you go around different maps and stuff, you could pick up these Native American sort of items that will give you a hint of what the future will hold depending on your choices or actions. There are quick time events in this game, so you have to be really careful at certain points. You have to keep your eyes out. Even if the scene's playing and you think, oh, maybe I'll look on my phone for a little bit while it's playing. No, you can't do that because something might pop up and you need to react fast.
An Asher mission together. Yeah, I was thinking they could use some alone time.
Well, Until Dawn. I would say for a movie game, it's pretty enjoyable. Even though some people may think, well, it could have just been a movie. Like I was thinking, like Beyond Two Souls should have just been a movie than a game, because almost anything you do in there doesn't really matter from what I played. At least with this, your choices do matter. So technically, it does work fine. The only downside is once you do beat the game and after you get all the butterfly effects or all the collectibles, that's pretty much it. I had fun playing it 3 times in a row to get a different conclusion. I played it the first time, got a different outcome. Played it a second time, got a different outcome. And then I played half of it to get everybody to live, and I got another outcome, which was cool. So there is enough to come back to and play again. However, once that's done, that's pretty much it. Overall, it's fun. It's just that you'll play through it a few times, and that'll be it. You'll get some enjoyment out of it. I do think the graphics are pretty good for the time. And if you like these sort of games where you make choices, then you will enjoy this game. Some people didn't like Heavy Rain, and I know a lot of people did not like Beyond Two Souls or any of the other games from that same company that made those type of games. But this is pretty good, I would say, even though it's mostly making choices and reacting to time. I actually did enjoy this a lot more than Beyond Two Souls. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you like what you saw here, you can follow me here and catch up on more of the show Pop Culture Talk. Anyways, peace.